Welcome back to another episode of Temporary Stalls, and we are at number 51 this time. And yeah, I actually have something to tell you all because I did go to some shows. We kind of skipped a week, an episode, so to say, because I don't know, sickness, work, life, everything. Sometimes that just happens.
A little bit too much.
Yeah, it is what it is. But here we are, and thus I've been to two Willemijn cafes.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, in the beginning, like in January, there's hardly any interesting show at all. So having some Willemijn cafe to go to is at least a little bit of metal to observe. Although the first edition I went to was not super metal. But a bit more like alternative. Let's say it like that: rock, alternative, and one metalcore band. The first band I saw there was Girls from Mars, and well, you cannot make assumptions nowadays anymore. But I would say one girl and I would say one guy, but I don't know. I guess. Um, Yeah, so I don't really understand why they chose that band name so much, but it's a duo. I don't know.
Girls from Mars?
Yeah, Girls from Mars. I don't know. They were not supposed to play. Um,
Hmm.
they were kind of standing in for one other band that I guess didn't make it. So they said like, "Oh yeah, this morning we didn't know that we had to play here, but we showed up in our Toyota Starlets anyway, or something like that. Something in that line," she said, and I was like, "Okay,
Hmm.
interesting." Um, I must say it was kind of fun to watch. You can really see that they are starting out just recently. They're like uh having only a couple songs ready. They're doing some covers, not too how to say not too comprehensive. Very easygoing music, a bit of punk attitude in there, a bit of indie in there. Huh? Okay, I think it was nice for them to have the opportunity to play, and it's really cool if you're getting a phone call in the morning that whether you could play that afternoon. Then you're like, okay, let's go for it, and then show up and play just a couple of songs there.
Hmm. I found their Instagram, I think.
Ah,
It says Tris, they them plays guitar, bass, and does vocals sometimes.
yeah, they were kind of switching around with the
And
bass
then
and such. I think.
can't really read the rest.
Yeah. Um. It's cool to see these youngsters being enthusiastic and yeah, nice. The second
Hmm.
band that was playing that evening was called, I think, Intermodal Container or something. Um, I found them a bit boring and standard or something. I don't know. It felt like if you say local band, then this is exactly what you expect, you know? Uh, I don't know. They didn't really hit it for me. So I mean, I can go on and talk bad about that, but that's not nice. I mean, I guess what I think if I see them, I would hope that they would kind of form their own identity a bit more before they bring it out like this, because I felt like just one of the many bands that were playing there. Um, so that's that. I think
Hmm.
for Templars listeners, the most interesting band of the evening was called Sulfixia. They play metalcore, and I was just thinking, I think I saw this band before, maybe last year in Willemijn. I'm not completely sure. At least the singer looked familiar to me. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, they're a bit static in the performance. At least the singer is. Whereas often with this kind of genres, you see a lot more movement going on. Um, but I can see that the vocalist is paying a lot of attention to bringing his vocals correctly, like working on his technique. So maybe that's where he's putting the focus at right now, until he's like mastering it a bit more. I don't know. Sucks to say, but
Mm.
he's really paying a lot of attention to the way he brings his vocals, and I can see that works out for him because
Mm-hmm.
it's done quite well. Um, I think for this evening they were definitely the strongest band. But if I would see this band in an evening with other bands from this genre, I hope that
Yeah.
they can express themselves a little bit more. They have to
Mm.
work a little bit on that. But I think this band has potential. So that's really nice. That's really why I like going to this kind of evenings for Willemijn, because you can really see
Mm.
which bands you will be seeing in the upcoming years growing and such. Uh, and I think this band definitely has potential to grow. Hopefully, they'll find a way to express themselves a bit more explicitly, and yeah, and we can enjoy them also in a night with more like-minded bands. I would like to see that.
Nice.
Yeah, so this was like the first night, and the second night was like
Mm-hmm.
last week. Um, yeah, the first band I saw there this evening was a little bit more metal focused, I would say. The first band was called Blackout, and there were some older guys. And usually, in the Willemijn Cafe, you see a lot of young people playing. So this was interesting. These guys, you can see that they've been playing a lot longer, but they play mainly covers, so they're not like making it their main job. I think at some point, they even said when they were already done playing, they watched the second band, and then at some point I heard them saying like, "Oh, we have to go to work again tomorrow, and it's good, we have to go." So they left. But they were super enthusiastic, and I really enjoyed it. Expressed very often that they enjoyed playing with younger bands. They were cheering them on and such. So I would say like, yeah, that's exactly the right attitude. I really like that. And on the other side, the younger people who came to see the next bands, and also the members of the next bands, they were all in the audience cheering for those songs that they were playing. Yeah, I mean, some of them were covers. I think all of them. I'm not completely sure. I don't recognize all of them very much. But hey, yeah, I liked what they did. They have good quality. Personally, I'm not a big fan of cover bands, so for me that was a bit like okay, okay. But hey, I really liked the way that they expressed themselves and how they were supportive towards the other bands. And yeah, the music they played was quite well done, skillfully, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice to start the evening with.
Mm.
Then the second band that was playing is a bit alternative metal, and they're called Macrips. They were very energetic compared to any of the other bands that were playing these evenings. They were having a bit of a punk feel towards their music here and there. Also, the topics of their songs are a bit punk, I would say. Um,
Mm.
what I liked is that they brought a lot of friends in the audience along. So yeah, that means that there's a lot of movement going on. Young people were like, "Oh, hey, we live in the city anyway, and let's go and support our friends." And starting a mosh pit even there, that was fun to watch. A bit interesting to see how the way these youngsters do this. If you're getting used to the more serious work, and you were looking at that and you think like, oh, this is cool, they're the new generation, you know. They're learning.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it was cute. The way they did that. I mean, it were like basically two or three guys who started this mosh pit, and the way they were doing it, it was like, oh, that's so cute. This new generation is really learning how to bring the energy to the place, and yeah.
Uh,
Personally,
we were once like that.
yeah, maybe. But to be honest, looking at the band itself, I would say the quality was a bit mediocre. So would have I been going into a mosh pit if I was even at the age that I would be doing mosh pits? Probably not. But it's good if you do that for your friends. I really encourage that. And of course, this is a place where bands come that still have to learn a lot and have to play a lot and get experience and
Yeah.
such. So that they are not like a top level, that's normal. And also, if I would see a band playing that has top level at a Willemijn Cafe, I would be a bit concerned. But like, this is a night where people can walk in for free. Why are you not selling tickets if you're already at the
Yeah.
level of playing much more skilled and also in composing? So yeah, but I like their attitude. They really know how to bring people along to their shows, and that's very important because if you have a little bit of people around you who are like enthusiastic about your music, it's also contagious for the rest of the audience, I would say. So that's nice. And that's the way to do it, and to show the venues that you're a band that brings people along, right? Because that gives you
Mm.
a higher chance of getting rebooked, so to say. Now,
Yes.
the last band, wow, yeah, they also had a lot of friends and fans along, youngsters, and they literally crouched up in front of the 40 centimeter high stage, and uh, put their feet against the stage and being like, "I'm front row, I'm front row," in a bar. Uh, that was cool. I mean, that's also very nice to see that support, but a bit like exaggerated or something. I know it did bring a smile to my face. Um, Musically, I don't know really what to say about it. I think it's metal. It's a bit core. And by the looks of their vocalist, I would say there's a little bit of J-pop in there, like the
Mm.
Visual Kei kind of dress up
Yeah.
stuff. Like the singer was wearing this typical Japanese dress, I would say, a bit like Alice in Wonderland, maybe even if I would refer to something European. Um, and had the
Uh,
bunny ears on, and just also
uh,
the way she had her hair. That was just interesting to watch. But
yeah.
vocal wise, I didn't thought she was very strong. I think she was having some doll that she was holding most of the show, as in some sort of horror kind of theme. Like I've seen that for many other acts, usually at Stonehenge, doing something like that. The doll survived, so there's something to improve on, I would say. Um, but yeah, vocal wise, not the strongest. But performance wise, I would say, yeah, that's something they obviously thought about. And that was really nice to see, because a lot of these young bands, they just get on the stage and play, and to have the whole other thing around, yeah, that's just really really something. I really like that they were doing that. um so it was a bit of interesting. I did not expect to see this kind of act here today. Once again, they're called Sternum, and yeah, I enjoyed seeing this. It's really nice, and also nice to photograph something like this in an evening like this, because when all bands are a bit static, sometimes you think a bit like, well, is it worth the effort of going here if the music is not top level and the photographs are also going to be a bit static? So you're like, hmm. But I really like giving these younger bands a chance to be on tabloids as well. So that's why I keep going there. Um, and
Mm.
yeah, love that. So that's that. Did you go to any shows in the past 4 weeks?
I went to one show, but I think I already talked about it.
Yeah, I think
The
so.
first one we did in the new year.
I think so, yeah. If I
Yeah.
remember, you had one in the
So
previous
no.
episode. Yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
new. Hmm.
No, nothing new. There's
Yeah.
nothing on my schedule as well, so I don't know. Just
Yeah.
boring
The first ones.
person at the moment.
The first months of the year are
Well, there is
also
enough, but I
kind of
just
boring. Uh, in the um, in the agenda, there's not too much interesting. Also, a lot of the bands that were scheduled there, they're canceling. What? Why are you canceling? Don't do that to me. I kind of need to see that, the shows. But yeah, then we just have to wait
yeah.
to see what's coming up. Um, yeah, I don't even know what I might be going to a show next week. I haven't really thought of this and whether it's doable for me in my crazy schedule, but it could be because it's on Saturday afternoon until the night. So maybe um we'll see. Something to think about. Um I might do it. So that's uh I have to think about it. Just all I need to say. I saw one of my friends from Denmark is playing there, so haven't seen him for a while.
Ah.
Maybe I'll drop by. I'll see. Okay, well then we don't have any much more to say about shows. Then I guess we could talk a little bit about the album that I picked. And well, actually, you picked, sort of. And that's The Internal met the album Celestial. I think we briefly discussed that it's coming out in the previous episodes, but not said too much about it.
Yes.
I think I also explained a bit that I was following The Internal since the Kartika album, basically, where we interviewed them. We did see a couple shows, and we've been in touch for a while after that as well. Um, but the last albums were not too interesting for me, so I was like, okay, let's see what this album brings. But before I'm going to talk, it's Elvira's turn to speak and say her opinion about the Eternal album.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't. Well, I don't think I actually listened to this band as with a deep dive, so to say. I just listened to it, and I have a few CDs. I think one or two in my pile of CDs, and that's why it came up last time.
Yeah.
But I also learned something new because I never put a lot of deep dive into the band or background check or whatever. I thought it was a Finnish band. Well, part of that is nowadays true. So half of the band is Finnish, but also half of the band isn't and wasn't. So they are from
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned something new. But I thought it was Finnish because of the whole, the rhythm section, the bass and the drums.
Yeah.
And I think I got to know this band also because of Amorphis back in the days.
Yeah. They were signed.
I think maybe when
they were signed on the same label as Sarah Lee.
Yeah, that's and I think I've got that that album when they joined that label. I think I've got and the Sarah Lee album and this Eternal album.
Yeah, me too. I got that at the same time from the label. Firebox was it? I think, if I remember correctly. I don't think the label exists anymore,
yeah.
but I think it was called Firebox or something.
Not sure, but I think it was also when the bass player left Amorphis around that time, and he sort of was in this band as his band. So that's why I thought it was Finnish. But sometimes you learn something new, and I think we discussed before many podcasts that all these Amorphis band members have all their their own projects. So the drummer Jan, I think, is drumming in this band, and we kind of always discussed if you hear the Amorphis sound in their own project. But I think with this one, at least this album Celestial, I think there is a little bit of it, but not in the sound, but maybe in the structure of the song. but I think it's very much on its own. You can't really compare it. So that's good. I think it's not, you know. Sometimes you have a band that sounds sort of the same, and this is only. Is it a CD or an EP?
It's an
Because
EP.
it's kind of short.
Yeah, it's an EP officially. I
Yeah.
was also confused about that, but it is an EP.
Because there's 6 songs on it. It's done in 30 minutes. And that's also one of the things that was my very first thought. That was, wait, it's done.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to be over, which is a good thing, I think. And I like the CD. Or the EP. It has 6 songs. There's like an introduction. It takes you in a sort of soundscape. I think all the songs are a little bit diverse, but they also flow into each other. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you say they are diverse, but they also flow into each other, but it is. And I really like these songs, and I can't pick a favorite one. I think the vocals are really nice. The doom layers are really nice. I do think, when you talk about who does it sound like, this is one of the bands that, it's coming. Paradise Lost and Catatonia, yeah, definitely. But also not. But I also think, yeah, you can hear it. But they also have their own views of, and I don't know how to say this, but their own sort of sound flow they create. And that's also why I think there are not enough songs, because it ends before you know.
Yeah.
I think it could have used like 2 more, a little bit more songs, and then it would have been absolutely perfect. Not saying this is not perfect,
Yeah.
but I just need a little. It makes you hungry for more, and maybe that's exactly for me. Maybe that's also what they were aiming for with this EP. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
And you, what do you think?
Well, I think they went long way from Cardica if you look at what they've been doing. This album sounds nothing relatable, I would say. And personally,
It sounds different, yeah.
yeah, it's totally different, and of course that makes sense because they changed the lineup there. The trio they were when I met them, there's only Mark left, I think. And yeah, I know they've been going through some changes through the years. Also, I don't know. I would say this was a bad one for me, but I'm also not too convinced of it.
Yeah, too soft, I think.
I think if I look at these 6 songs, one of them is actually an old song that I redid. I would say there's nothing that really is a big hit to me. Like, nothing. It's not like a song that I will remember or play or be like, oh yeah, that's the Eternal, I miss that. I just don't feel like one of these songs stand out to me at all. That being said, I mean, of course, all of them listens easily because of the melancholic feel to it. The flow in the songs is quite easy. It's not really hard to get along with this, and with this kind of doom-ish, gothic doom-ish kind of feel, sometimes it can present you with a bit more work to get into it. But for them, it was easy. But for me, there's not really a highlight in this. I just don't think this is the best work that they can deliver.
No, I agree with that. That is what I mean. I needed 2 songs more. It leaves me hungry for something to come, maybe.
Yeah. It's like I mean, from all I've heard from Mark as a singer, I think he can push himself a little more, even to go into different directions
Mm.
that have a bit of a song that really stands out as a single, for example. I mean, sure, you release one, uh, but like that doesn't mean that it's one of those songs that sticks around with people, and that's kind of what I miss in here. Um, yeah, for me, I thought short form of EPs. I mean, I don't mind EPs. Sometimes it's nice as an in-betweener. Often it's also used to kind of have songs together that don't fit on the album that's coming after it. Um, so that also brings me to the point that the next album they release will probably is going to be a lot different from what I've been listening to this. Otherwise, why not release an album right away, right? So this is really something that they
Mm.
probably put apart because these songs are kind of belonging here together, but they're not strong enough to be on the
Yeah,
album.
maybe these are, to say what you're saying, maybe these are a little bit more atmospherical in nature, so that the ones that do end up on an album might be a little bit more, they have a little bit more oomph, a little bit more what you're missing.
Yeah.
But that's only for us to guess. But that's why I think these fits together well, because they all reside in this atmospheric flow. But I can understand, and I haven't been listening to the Eternal for years, so I have no comparison material. So I really listen to this one as a one piece.
Yeah.
Um, so then the atmospheric, it's nice, and I want more. But maybe the more is actually what you are missing.
Probably. Mhm.
So they can surprise us with their
Yeah.
upcoming work.
And for me, it's also why I don't want to, I don't know, commit too much to liking the Eternal more than I do now. Is also a bit like because of the situation that some of them are in Australia and some of them are here. And
Hmm.
like, what are the odds that you actually get to see them live again? I mean, I've saw them now a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've seen them several times here in the Netherlands. I think once in Finland even. Um, yeah, I guess the odds, but I mean, the first couple times I saw them, they were all coming from Australia, so they were in it
Mm-hmm.
together. And then they didn't have members that have been playing in a high-profile other band, so
Yeah.
that's also a thing, to so to say. I mean, if you network very well, like Mark is really a person that is good in networking. Um, sure, you can get people to join your band and play that music that has already been quite established, but the result is also that this is the reality. It's going to be a lot harder to plan something, I guess.
Mm.
So we'll see. I'm curious what's the upcoming
Yeah,
album is going to bring.
I don't think I don't think this is going to be in my top 10
Mm.
at the end of the year. Uh, so I'm not saying it's amazing or anything.
No.
Um,
But it's also
but it's
not
also
bad.
not bad.
It's not bad. Definitely not bad. I mean,
But
it sounds a bit negative for me to say it like this, but maybe I just know that I.
no, I get what you
Yeah,
mean.
I know that. I mean, I expect more from the people that are in this band, so
Mm-hmm.
I would expect them to give
Yeah.
more. And I like what they do. It's not a bad release. It's just something you can easily listen to, but it's also not going to be my favorite. That's for sure.
Yeah. So we agree on that one.
Yep. Yeah. So next.
So yeah, I think that was our conclusion of Celestial from the Eternal.
Yep.
And it's already out, so you can listen it
Yeah.
everywhere, order it, buy it, whatever you like.
Yeah, we planned to discuss it for a previous episode that didn't happen, so I'm sorry, we're late.
Yeah. I think it was already out
Yeah,
last time.
but
So,
still closer to the release date, right? I
yes.
think last episode I was also explaining why I didn't choose to review it already. So
Mm.
um, I don't have to go into that anymore. All right, let's go to the news section then, because I have a couple of points to speak about. Um,
Okay.
I think first, look who's joining the Eurovision this year, maybe for metal, kinda metal land. Denmark is having the final of their national show. I think on the 14th, on Valentine's Day. And one of the
Mm.
participants is Myrkur. So she made a song that she has, I think, 8 other contestants or something that are
Mm.
participating. Yeah, eight people that are going to try to represent Denmark in the Eurovision this year. And Eurovision keeps coming back on our radar because metal bands just keep going and try to be in there. Now, I don't want to go into the discussion whether Myrkur is actually metal because that's just an elitist black metal dude's problem. We think she does. So, um, about that,
Well, I think she does and she doesn't,
yeah,
but she has these how do you call it? The hurting vocals, and that's not metal, but she can do it, and she has metal. You know, you don't always have to be just one thing.
exactly.
Uh,
But yeah,
but
I mean, she had,
have you heard what she's doing with?
yeah, she copies John Linton. That's what she's doing. Um,
Ah,
but that's maybe my personal opinion. Uh,
I haven't heard it. What she's going to do?
yeah, but
So.
oh, the song, yeah, the song. I haven't listened to it to be honest because I just want to see first if she makes it, and otherwise I guess we'll get the
Mm-hmm.
album at some point, so we'll listen to that. Um, Funny, interesting that we probably missed. At least I couldn't remember, but she tried also for last year to represent
Did she?
Denmark,
Oh.
but she didn't make it last time, and she was like, "Okay, let's try again."
Why not?
She
But
really
that
wants.
leaves me wondering if she's doing like a metal song or if she's doing more like you
Yeah, the
know,
folk kind of
just a
stuff, I think.
female folk. Yeah, so that's not.
I mean, the previous album she did was much more folk uh, oriented, so I think she probably likes to
Mm-hmm.
do that more. Um, and that could work in the Eurovision, although for Eurovision you usually want a bit more
Yes.
like the party songs that kind of are successful. So,
Well, we do know party metal
yep,
and party folk metal
yep,
and hoompa.
yep.
So, you know, I'm curious what she will bring
I
there.
think
I have no clue what she did last year.
Denmark won
So,
with some folk song a couple years ago with the violin guy. It's like maybe 10 years ago or so, if I remember
and you
correct.
think I remember?
I don't know. I don't know. It could work, but at least if you live in Denmark and you want to support the metal scene, you can vote for Myrkur. I think she is performing in the show as the sixth artist, so you don't have to watch from the beginning if you don't feel like it. Um, yeah, maybe next episode we can tell that
Ah,
she won. So let's see. I haven't really followed if
so
there's
there's
any.
Google.
I haven't really followed if there's any other metal artists participating. I mean, the Netherlands decided not to participate because of the Israel ongoing
Mm,
situation. So yeah, um, I think many other countries also kind of dropped out. So I'm already a bit like, okay, we'll see what it's going to bring anyway. The Eurovision this year. Um,
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe that's also why I didn't hear much about it, because we're not participating this year.
No, me neither, because we're not in it. So there's not never much about other countries, but mostly about our own country.
Yeah.
But I used Google, of course. So Denmark has won the Eurovision contest 3 times.
Yeah.
In 1963, so that was not it. In 2000, Fly on the Wings of Love by the Olsen Brothers. And in 2013, so maybe that one,
Yeah.
that was Emily de Forest, it sounds French, with Only Teardrops.
Yeah. I think might be that one, was it? Or maybe the guy that I was the guy with the violin. Maybe he ended up second then.
But that was a girl, so
Yeah, but I remember the guy with the violin that was in. I'm not sure who was the singer of that. I just remember that there was this guy with the violin that kind of got. But maybe he ended second.
yeah. But I think the guy with the violin won. But he played. It was not a girl singing. It was him singing and playing the violin. Now I remember. But I'm not sure which country that was.
Now, something to discuss and investigate a little bit more if we really want to find that out. I can't remember it. I know it was about 10 years ago, so the 13 years ago, yeah, that might be.
Alexander Rybak.
Was that?
2009. That was a guy with a violin.
Yeah, but the violin guy was not the main thing. He was just very present in the performance, what I mean. So that is probably not it.
I don't know. That was not this. This was what I was thinking, but that was a Norwegian guy. Fairy Tale. And he combined pop, folk, and classical elements.
Oh, okay. Was it maybe a year that I think they got second after Sweden or Norway or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see if we find it out.
I am not a walking encyclopedia when it comes to Eurovision.
No, I'm not even watching it because I don't have a TV, so I'm not even watching it. It's just me remembering, and I really like the fact that there's a lot of like metal artists joining every time. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't really know if any other metal artists are joining, but so to say. Yeah, some bad news that I found out. And you also mentioned to me, but I already found it out that Omnium Gatherum, they were supposed to do a tour soon. But the singer has been has been having cancer. So he's focusing on treatments right now. Very logic and imaginable choice, I would say.
Yes.
Sad. They are going to tour.
Indeed.
They are going to tour, but they bring the singer of Shade Empire. So, yeah. It's going to be a bit different, I would say. But, yeah, sad. Yeah, I wish him all the best health and good vibes and everything, and hope he can recover quickly.
Yes, I hope too.
Yeah, because I woke up.
It's a nasty thing.
Yeah, it's really nasty and I think also sad because not metal but related. But this morning I figured
Three Doors Down.
Three Doors Down singer died from cancer. Also very young, in his 40s, if I remember.
47, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. Way too young.
Yeah. Indeed. And he was quite optimistic, I saw.
Yeah.
When he found out he had cancer, he was like, yeah, well, I'm strong and I believe in recovery and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I think Three Doors Down is one of those bands that make the big influence on rock.
Yeah.
Rock music, yeah. Not metal, but rock.
Yeah. I think they brought definitely a change when their music became popular and they wrote their hits. Yeah, they really helped shaping up the scene again, I think. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really sad.
Hmm. So, yeah, all the good vibes of us go towards Nayuka. And hopefully he
Yes.
can recover fast and he'll be back doing what he loves best and being on that stage and perform his songs. I really hope. Uh, so, good luck. Yeah, I have one more news thing that I saw, and it was something going on in Sweden, um, where politicians start forming opinions in Stockholm about the show of Slaughter to Prevail.
Oh, didn't saw that.
Now, Slaughter of Prevail, of course, is a band that had a lot of controversy over them already. Um, yeah, let's just say the singer isn't politically correct at all. Um, I remember well, was it last Tuska when they were playing? There were a lot of protesters, and there was also uh some news about that, and that there were people trying to get them cancelled. That didn't happen.
Hmm.
There were a lot of people holding up Ukrainian flags when the band was playing in Tuska. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, here it literally politicians start to form opinions, and they're asking questions whether this band, anti-Russian propaganda should be having a stage in Sweden. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in fond of the canceling culture, but maybe they do have a point that this needs to be looked into a little bit because
Yeah.
it's not like
It's
very hidden or something. This guy is making things a bit obvious here and there. So yeah,
yeah, I think it's a difficult topic. I mean, you know, I, I hear if this would happen in the Netherlands, I already hear a lot of people say, "Ah, freedom of speech."
yeah,
Um,
like happened with Kneecap this year. Was it last year basically? But yeah, they had some issues with
so
the
there's
shows
that, but
also.
on the other hand, you're also you're not you should not rally people up to certain propaganda. So there's,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Um,
I don't know.
in the end, it's you can just argue that there's audience for it. So, but strangely enough, they did play a show in Gothenburg where these questions weren't asked, or at least they were asked by some news uh, media, um, where the organizer of the concert refused to answer any questions, if I understood correctly. And that show did happen. So yeah, I don't know what happened at that show that triggered this discussion for Stockholm even more. Maybe he did say something or so. I don't know. But like,
Well, we've seen Slaughter to Prevail
yeah,
on Into the Grave, and I will see them this summer. Uh, I
if they're not
absolutely do
cancelled.
not hear anything of the lyrics because there's not much singing. There's more like, so you know,
I've never been a fan. I never liked this. I'm always a bit like, I don't know about this band, you know? Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So for me, it's possible he can sing whatever he sings because you don't really hear the lyrics. You just hear a lot of noise,
I think with the singer,
like a
it's
drain, like.
yeah. I think it's not just only about what he says and does, but also like he has like tattoos that are controversial.
Mm,
Some of his businesses in Germany or in Russia and such, they are kind of controversial in what they do. There's have been people
mm-hmm.
investigating that financing. thinks that shouldn't be financed if you're really believing in a free world where there's no war. Um,
Yeah. But
so
should it work the other way around as well? I
yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
Trump supporters, should we cancel all those bands too? That's.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying this to make it right or anything, but if it gets a lot of attention when it goes like this side. But I think there's also bands that fully support something like Trump, what he's doing.
Nicki Minaj.
So yeah.
But
What?
Nicki Minaj did something with Trump this week.
Ugh.
She spoke in favor of him very much.
So
But a lot of people give backlash on it though. So it is not really something that's always generally accepted if you do something like that. But I think in the case of Slaughter to Prevail, there's a lot of young fans that
yeah,
might not be able to get the full picture
easy
yet.
to be influenced.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
that also, but also not able to grasp the full picture and what that means, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think in the end, I'm not sure if the concert already
But
happened or not, but like, yeah, it's hard with this band.
but in a way, I think it's hard, but I think in a way it's also nice of your if your government would stand up and say something about something like this,
Yeah,
be aware of what this band does, be aware of the words, be aware of.
yeah, yeah, but also
I don't
dangerous
know.
because
It does mean sort of like your government is looking out for you as a
yeah, but
inhabitant, maybe.
so much.
But maybe they're not the right they're the right
I think it's for me.
authorities to do so. But
For me, it's also one important factor that it goes beyond the vocals and the words. What is the people that have against him? Because if you're performing, you're acting also. You might be like
yeah,
being in a role. So for me, that's also a thing that I also take in consideration, and a random politician might not do that. Um, but like for all the stories and evidence, what add up is that there's much more than that, and that for me is a bit like I don't know if I want to have anything to do with these people. You know, it's more than just the words and the lyrics that are controversial about Slaughter to Prevail. So, oh well, let's go to a bit more positivity if we can, if we find it in us. Um, do we have an ikigai? Uh-oh.
I had 2 days weekend,
Yay! Nice.
which I'm enjoying.
Yeah,
That's my ikigai.
that's really nice. Well, for me, I don't know. I've had a lot of shit this weekend, and after some family issues, health wise. My own health is I'm still struggling with my cold. If you cannot hear it and hear me coughing every once in a while,
We do.
yeah. I do my best to edit everything out, but that's not always possible. Um, yeah. That. Um, I had a laptop crashing this week for no reason. That means that I lost everything that was on it. Not okay, not really terrible because I was pretty good in backupping after the previous crash. I've even made it more of a priority than ever. But still very annoying because I have to install everything again and hope it works and it doesn't crash again. And I have no faith in my laptop whatsoever anymore. Yeah. Then my other things in life like studies and such was like there was also things happening there with people leaving and giving me even higher workloads. Like yay, I'm not really looking into that. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's so if I come to look at something positive, well, yesterday it was like 11 degrees here. So when I came back from the university,
Yes.
I had some time to plant some seeds for my garden. And that was really nice. It doesn't cost a whole lot of time, but if you know how busy my life is at this moment, then I'm like, wow, that's so nice. I can do something for future Sabina.
Mm-hmm.
Like hoping that I have some vegetables and fruits in the summer. So that's just something I want to say as my ikigai. The sun is coming a bit more towards better temperatures. Um, I could seed some seeds and uh, yeah, that's nice because then means the better times are also in there. Oh yeah, maybe one more ikigai. I learned that I have one weekend off this year up until summer, and that's the Easter weekend. So I'm kind of considering doing a festival in that weekend if there's any. I know Inferno is taking place back then, but yeah, I'm not completely happy with their lineup at this point, and also the conference is like zero info, so I'm not even sure if that's interesting for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to look at some other options as well, because that will be my only weekend that I don't have anything in school or anything else in the weekend. So it would be nice to do something. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, something positive to look forward to. A free day, a free weekend.
Get a coffee with me if I'm not working.
Yeah, do you want to go to a festival as well?
Uh, I think I have to work, so.
Hmm. The whole
Uh,
Easter weekend, first weekend of April. Huh.
yeah, I have to work. I believe the second day,
Mm.
and the first day I don't have the car. Uh, so.
Mm.
Hmm. Otherwise, we could have made a overdue road trip.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, I see something here on the interwebs that caught my eye. Maybe it's a positive thing, but it's also a little bit weird. So there is, I just read that there is, for the music industry, there seems to be something launched, a beeline, and it's a 24/7 mental health and crisis support line for anyone working in the music industry. But it's kind of funny because Live Nation is supporting it, but Live Nation is maybe also, it's
Awesome.
good that they do, but maybe they're also one of the contributors to the fact that the people are working really, really hard
Yeah.
in the music industry. But I know, working in the music industry, everybody thinks that touring is the most amazing thing, maybe, but it's hard. You're stuck with a group of people in a bus,
Yeah.
in a tiny space. So I know a lot of musicians that struggle with their mental health. So maybe this is a good thing,
Hmm.
that there's something where they can call to and
Yeah, that's really nice. I know for
have a
from
conversation and speak their mind, maybe, because they can be touring in the other side of the world, and then you cannot call your family back home because they're sleeping.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe it's a good thing, but it's kind of funny that Live Nation is
Yeah, I don't know. It's good, I guess. I knew that
funding
something
it,
like that
but it's good.
existed for the female in music industry. That they had some sort of
Yeah,
helpline, but it's good if it's like now more generally available to everyone who needs it, I guess. That's really nice.
yeah, it's a hotline.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's really nice and positive.
So that's a nice and positive thing.
Good. Well, let's go to the playlist because I'm currently spending a lot of time in my car, and that means my playlist is getting longer and longer. And I might not have written down everything I've listened to, but I've got a bit of albums, and I need to put a lot of new albums on there as well. So let me quickly go through it. I listen to Gorea. I listen to Behemoth, whatever you want to call it. Myrkur, Rotting Christ, Hacktivists, Jorts,
Wow.
some Incubus, Succubus for old time's sakes, Morlocks.
Incubus.
Now Incubus, Succubus. Different bands.
Oh.
Gothic.
My mind wants to hear what it wants to hear,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Exactly, but you could have known better.
Yes.
I listened to some Omnium Gatherum. I listened to, of course, The Eternal. I listened to Raid because they have a new album coming out, and Rotersand because I really like that last album and it's on my playlist very often in the car. So yeah, those are the ones I wrote down. There's definitely more, but I don't always remember to write that down for you. All right, what did you play in the last month, basically?
Last month. Well, I think there are days that I haven't been listening to anything because I was just not feeling up for anything. And I don't have I don't have the. How do you say that? New music that you get to you receive a lot of new music, so I do not receive new music, so it's always old music. So it's just this, I guess, the same old stuff like always.
Mm-hmm.
The last week I've been listening to Album Witches and Graveyard, but the weeks before I have not, so that's a new one probably, but they came back up. I've been listening to some jazz. I like to listen to jazz when I drive to work around before 8 o'clock in the morning. It's nice and calm. And then on my way back, I like to listen to metal. Different vibe. Going home, yeah! I've been listening to Orbit Culture in morning. Also Omnium Gatherum. Amorphis. And I've listened to some more, how do you say, Viking war drums kind of fueled music, because I'm working on a little project that is sort of a nice soundtrack for that. So yeah, that's my list.
I should send you Ivor. No? No, I have something new out, so I saw it.
I know how they sound, but it's not really.
They added something in that like that in my email, so I saw something like, okay, maybe, but I haven't listened to it myself, to be honest.
So, but there's no new things or anything like that.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I think I had something selected and already downloaded before for our next episode to listen to, but then my computer crashed, so now I have to dive into my email once again.
I remember what it was.
Yeah. Well, one thing I know that I want to listen to, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna put that up on you. So they made my top live shows 2 years ago. Oh.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I think we mentioned.
Do you think all these things? Do you think I remember all these things?
You know, I did. But
I don't even know what made my list 2 years ago. So.
Black metal mingled with portions of doom, chant, and dark ambient. How about that?
Is it your Norwegian Uh.
It's
Well, you can throw it at me, you know.
okay. It's definitely something different than we've been doing a lot lately, so that's something.
Okay.
But I was also thinking of Raid maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. I think, and I'll probably send
Yeah.
something soonish.
Okay, well, we're discussing a lot of nothing right now.
Yeah.
So maybe we should ask the audience, yeah, you know, what have they been listening to? Is there anything fun coming out for you guys? Any club shows you're dying to see? Uh,
Yeah. What albums do you want us
yeah.
to listen to? You can also like put us up with something to listen to, you know?
Yeah. Force us.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yo.
I guess then we have nothing more to say for this episode. So maybe
No.
it's time to close it off. And yeah,
Yes, I think so.
do the last standard thing is asking you to like, subscribe, and comment and everything, and leave us a comment
And buy
for
us a
sure.
coffee.
Yeah, please buy us coffee. That's definitely something. That
or you know, like coughing candies for you.
yeah. I'm heading into the right direction, so I hope the next episode I can be a bit more present.
Yes.
But yeah.
Well, anyway, that leaves us to the very, very last thing we always say, and that is
Bye.
bye!